Welcome back, friends, to a special episode of Unlocking Your World of Creativity with Mark, with real-time updates from Oslo, Norway. I'm visiting here for Oslo Innovation Week, but while I'm here, I'm taking in some of the other cultural and historical and creative input. I'm recording this on the evening of September 30th, but you're probably listening the first week of October. And at exactly 11 a.m. Oslo time on Friday the 6th, the world will have a new Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Now, I spent some time with a tour of key sites related to the Nobel Prize. Now, you might not know that unlike Swedish-based Nobel Prizes that have been awarded throughout the week for things like literature and physics and science and economics, the Nobel Peace Prize is chosen by a 5-member Norwegian committee selected by that nation's parliament, and it was all in Alfred Nobel's will that there would be someone in the world recognized for promoting fraternity among nations, reducing armies, holding peace congresses. And more recently, it's been expanded to recognize international organizations such as the World Food Program, doctors helping rape survivors, and other human rights activists. So all eyes will be on Oslo this Friday as the Nobel Prize is announced. Now, where I visited was the Nobel Peace Center, which is a museum about the prize itself. It's closed for renovation now, so they can update the installations and exhibits that tell the story of Alfred Nobel and the Nobel Peace Prize. But they also gave Nobel Peace Walks, guiding us through the footsteps of the Nobel Prize, taking us to places outside and through the history and the footsteps around downtown Oslo. Our meeting point was at the Nobel Peace Center in Oslo, outside the City Hall Square. We started in front of the Peace Center, then walked across the street to the Oslo City Hall. We went to the Parliament, the Grand Hotel, where all the laureates would stay, and then come out on the balcony to be greeted and recognized when the medals are distributed in December. We ended up at the Norwegian Nobel Institute. So I wanted to share with you some stories about the walk itself and about what we saw. First of all, we learned that the Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded for over 100 years now, and it's always to a living person or an existing organization. So it's not given after a person's death in recognition of what they have done, but rather a current living person and the contributions they're making. As we were standing outside of the Institute, we were told a little bit more about the history and how the committee works to select the award. The Norwegian Parliament assigns a committee, and then ultimately there are 5 individuals plus a non-voting secretary that review all the nominations that have been submitted from across the world. Some of these this year might include women's rights. It might be indigenous struggles. It might be international social justice. Many of the wars and conflicts around the world and the people who are trying to stop those could be recognized. And of course, human rights is on everyone's mind. And so the prize could go to any one of those types of organizations. And literally this week, this committee is reviewing the finalists for that application, doing some additional research, doing some backgrounding, because there have been controversies around these awards, and they're trying to rise above modern day politics. This is not a political award. However, some of the political motives over the years have given extra scrutiny to the kind of message that the committee often sends to the world when they award this prize. So the last 2 years, the prize has gone to human rights and press advocates in Russia. And so the Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, this whole conflict-ridden region right now has seen some recognition. Again, not without controversy and not without political implications. So I think this year many people say that there'll be some eyes on different folks and different causes that could be awarded. It was interesting to talk about things that could be happening right now as I speak. We were standing in front of the Institute talking about the committee when up walked the secretary of the selection committee. And there was a speak of the devil, or as the Norwegians like to say, speak of the sunshine. I like their more positive attitude. But we had a chance to meet and interact with the secretary of the selection committee. So it was exciting, and it was a real-time Peace Prize update. I don't think when the announcement is made on Friday, I'll see it any different or any better than I could have, having stood right on the steps of the Institute. So that's one of my updates from Oslo for now. The world of creativity continues. I'm talking to more guests. I'll give you further updates on the Oslo Innovation Week. Specifically, I want to update you on a couple of more talks in the workshop I attended on conscientious innovation, where I'll talk to one of the speakers and the circular economy and how they're affecting sustainability in our world today. But for now, thanks for listening about the Nobel Prize. It'll be interesting. Leave a comment. Let's talk after October 6th and see what you think. For now, I'm Mark Stenson, and we're continuing to unlock your world of creativity from Oslo, Norway. Thanks for listening.